On the 11th of November every year, we pause. We remember the moment that guns finally fell silent in 1918, the moment peace returned and a generation dared to hope again. But even on that day, that very morning, men were still dying. Most of them were not famous, their names not in history books, just ordinary men who gave everything, only to never see the peace they fought for. In total, around 910 servicemen and women lost their lives on the 11th of November 1918. Here are the stories of three of them. Three names history almost forgot. Cyril Clarence Slade was born on the 25th of June 1892 in Kensington, London. He grew up in West London and Essex, one of a large family, before crossing the Atlantic to build a new life in Canada. He worked as a carpenter, building a future with his hands, until war came. On the 11th of November 1914, exactly 4 years before the Armistice, Cyril enlisted into the Canadian Expeditionary Force. He served through some of the hardest fighting on the Western Front. Shell shock, illness, the unrelenting grind of trench warfare, yet he always returned to duty. In the final push in 1918, he was shot in the chest and evacuated to No. 1 Canadian Casualty Clearing Station. On the morning of the 11th of November 1918, as the world prepared to celebrate peace, Corporal Cyril Slade died of his wounds. He was just 26 years old. He rests at Armistice British Cemetery, a man who enlisted exactly 4 years before the war ended, only to fall on the very day peace arrived. Thomas William Vaughan was born in Shropshire in December 1893. He enlisted in the King's Shropshire Light Infantry and landed in France on the 22nd of May 1915. For 3.5 years, he endured the trenches, the mud, the shell fire, the long marches, the great offensives, and the endless waiting. His battalion lost more than 350 men on the Western Front. Then in the closing days of the war, Thomas was struck by a bullet during the final advance. He was evacuated, but the wound proved fatal. On the 11th of November 1918, as the guns fell silent, Private Thomas William Vaughan died of his wounds. He was 24 years old. He lies at Canbright East Military Cemetery, one of the last to fall in a war he had endured for so long. James McGarry was born on the 22nd of August 1881 in Perth, Scotland. He'd already served his country once, 8 years with the Black Watch, including the Boer War. In 1911, he emigrated to Canada. He married Alice, they had 2 children and began a new life. Then war came again. James stepped forward once more. He joined the Canadian Infantry in 1915. He survived the trenches, he survived the fighting, he survived the war itself, but he could not escape the Spanish flu. On the 11th of November 1918, just as the world fell quiet, James McGarry died at No. 12 Canadian General Hospital at Bramshot. He was 37 years old. His grave bears the words chosen by his wife, too dearly loved to ever be forgotten, by his loving wife and child. He survived one war, but not the last day of another. Three men, 3 untold stories. Cyril Slade, who enlisted exactly 4 years before peace came and did not live to see it. Thomas Vaughan, who endured 3.5 years at the front, only to fall on the day peace arrived. James McGarry, who survived the Boer War, but not the Great War. They did not hear the cheering crowds, the did not see the homecoming parades, that did not live to taste peace. But today, we remember them. On this Remembrance morning, as the world prepares to pause, we honour not only those who came home, but those who fell as the war ended. Thank you for watching. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate every one of you who takes the time to honour these men. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. If you like listening to the stories of the history of those who came before, then please give the video a like and subscribe to keep updated about future videos of the history of those who came before.